We'll check out the 4th annual Steps and Strides.
We'll meet indie filmmaker Augustine Frizzle.
And we'll bring you the Silver Leaf Band together again.
All this and more coming up About Town.
Hi everyone, and welcome to About Town. I'm Derek Thompson.
And I'm Kathy Whiteman. I think the clouds just parted and the angels are singing. Derek Thompson is back in the co-host chair. Thrilled to see you as always.
Where does she come up with this stuff? Good to see you.
So I know you've been busy. What's coming up that we need to know about?
City Spectrum, 2 great stories. We were there for the Big State grand opening in downtown Irving. I know a lot of people heard about that. So we have images, quotes from our city leaders in City Spectrum. Then 2, there's a Gandhi statue coming to Irving, there in Jefferson Park. So we have the details for the grand unveiling ceremony, and you can read all about that in City Spectrum.
So folks, make sure that you get your hands on the City Spectrum that's coming up October?
October edition.
All right, fantastic. Well, glad you're here.
Good to be here.
And glad that you could join us to celebrate the start of the Irving Art season with news on the new Philharmonic Orchestra of Irving and the Irving Black Arts Council.
Susan Kamyab reviews the guest, and we'll have the details on the Entertainment Series of Irving season opener, The Habaneros.
As always, we invite you to email us your comments and let us know about things you'd like to see, events you'd like to promote.
So please email us at ICTN@cityofirving.org.
Family Promise of Irving got the community on their feet at the 4th annual Steps and Strides Fun Run. Susan Kamyab was there bright and early to bring us some highlights from the event.
The people you see around me aren't just out for any regular morning run. This race is about helping families in need.
And we're going to start in 9 minutes. 9 minutes. Run away as you run out. Those of you in the 5K race, when you turn around on Park.
It's early in the morning, but it's a good time. And you know, everybody comes in, they get their fitness in, and then they go on for the rest of the day.
It's the 4th annual Steps and Strides Fun Run.
We have 3 races, the 1 mile fun run, a 5K run, and a 10K run. I'm running 5K.
There is a registration fee for the race. The runners have paid $35 to participate, and all of the proceeds go towards Family Promise of Irving so that they can assist families that are experiencing homelessness.
Family Promise of Irving is dear to my heart. It's an organization that helps homeless families with children in Irving. There's many homeless children in our Irving School District, so to be in the program, there have to be children involved. And Family Promise keeps the family together.
Executive Director of Family Promise of Irving, Athena Clark, hopes her attendance here today will encourage citizens to help out even after the fun run is over.
My job here today, we work behind the scenes to get the event off the ground, and today we're here as a visual so that people can ask questions and hopefully get more involved in Family Promise, from the race aspect, to donations to volunteering and other aspects of the program.
As the runners prepare to take off, they know there is more to this race than getting a good workout or winning first place.
It is an opportunity for us to really get involved with families that are in a crisis situation and be able to give them some one-on-one experience to help them to arise from that situation. And it's a good way for the community to get involved together, to bond together for their community, for their peers in the community.
And with an event like Steps and Strides, citizens are contributing to a worthy cause while having a good time.
This is important because this is a fun way that people can incorporate their activities, their fun activities with a cause. And so one thing that we've been saying is join in the race to end homelessness at one family at a time.
Through fundraisers like Steps and Strides, Family Promise is able to conquer their mission of providing a safe home in which families can stay together and be self-sufficient. For About Town, this is Susan Kamyab reporting.
To learn how you can help homeless families get back on their feet, visit FamilyPromiseIrving.org.
Movie location scouts know that the right location can make or break a film. Indie filmmaker Augustine Frizzle is gearing up to shoot her first feature-length film on location here in Irving. Here's Susan with more on the new project.
I'm so sorry. Guys suck.
Yeah.
So, did he say why?
Just say I broke up with him.
Seriously? Why? What happened?
Filmmaker Augustine Frizzle had a successful run during this year's Dallas International Film Festival with her short film, I Was a Teenage Girl. Well, now she's shooting her first full-length feature film, Never Going Back, right here in Irving.
I know.
So can we expect any locations in Irving that we would recognize at all?
Oh, yeah. We have a lot. Well, we have Joe's Diner. We have Captain Nemo's. We have Burger Island. Oh, yeah. And then a lot of the side streets, we're shooting in a lot of the bus stops. We've got, this house, our main location house is in Irving. I know there are probably more. Almost like 90% of the movie is taking place in Irving.
Great. So can you kind of tell us the story about Never Going Back?
Oh, sure. It's pretty autobiographical. I focus on two teen girls. They're 16. They're living on their own in a house with, a couple other guys, the sibling of one of the girls, and then just another like roommate type guy. And they get into some trouble. They go to jail. They lose their jobs. And with rent due, they have to find a way to, make their money back or get their jobs back before they're evicted from their house.
What happened?
My mom had to go to work, so he came over to hang out. We started making out on the couch, and told him that we should go to my bedroom, so we did.
And then what?
Since this is an independent film,
We were making out on the bed.
most of the funding is out of pocket, which is why any support citizens can offer is a huge help toward this project.
And he did.
Yes, of course.
Oh, yes. So we're still raising money because we have very little. So we have a website. It's called seedandspark.com. And there's a whole page. It's on the front page, you'll see us. It's called Never Going Back, like my movie. And you can go on there and you can donate. You can donate money. You can donate like equipment, which we have our equipment. But if you can donate like a day of craft services, or local people who want to help can offer to cook for like 20 people and bring us a meal. That would be huge. Or you can just donate money. That would be so great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And obviously you are very passionate about film, and you're really on the right track here. Do you have a film that maybe inspired you to want to make movies?
Oh, there's so many. I've always just loved films. I think the first movie that really made a huge impact later on in life was Magnolia by Paul Thomas Anderson. And it was something that had so many different stories and so many different levels, and it was just one of my favorite movies. I love that. And then, of course, Quentin Tarantino is a huge influence as well, and I love his story and how he just was, a huge film fan and kind of self-taught, and then went on to make really cool things. So, anything to...
Well, great. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thought if we just did it, then I'd feel something, but I didn't. I felt nothing at all. Like no emotions. It made me realize that I just don't like him like that. You wonder if maybe there's something wrong with me.
What are you talking about? There's nothing wrong with you. He's just not the right guy for you.
If you'd like to be part of the crowdfunding initiative for this Irving-based project, visit seedandspark.com and search for Never Going Back.
Now that fall is here, all of Irving's arts groups are unveiling their plans for the 2014-2015 arts calendar. First up, the new Philharmonic Orchestra of Irving, opening their season on Sunday, October 5th. Dr. Sergio Espinosa joins me with a preview. I'm always so pleased to see you.
Thank you very much, Kath.
And as I was going through the list of things that are coming up this fall very quickly, I noticed that there's a very nice connection between your opening concert and something special at the Arts Center.
It is. Probably probably your audience know very well about this Goal of Peru, this exhibition at the Irving Arts Center. And I was mentioning that when we were planning our season, someone made the connection. What about to present music from Peru, symphonic music from Peru? Why not? Sounds like a great idea. And we found music from Peru, traditional music, some symphonic arrangements, some authentic symphonic music, and we put part of our program is music from Peru.
I think that is absolutely wonderful because people will get a chance to experience all of those wonderful artifacts in gold that the Nat Geo exhibit will contain, and also have an opportunity to experience what you guys do with the music.
Yes, once that you see an exposition like that, an exhibition like that, I guess everyone is thirsty for more about this culture. What can we know more about this culture? And so we are going to be side by side with music from Peru.
Well, what can we look forward to on the evening?
Well, several things. There's certainly very well-known songs like El Cóndor Pasa or La Flor de la Canela, but not only that, 2 of our soloists are from Peru. So we decided, what about make this round and bring soloists from Peru? So Jesus Sáenz, a violinist, and Edgar Valenzuela, a violinist, they will play music not from Peru because there's not that much repertoire for violin, classical violin in Peru, but they are Peruvian and they give a twist to Bach that is Peruvian.
Oh, well, that'll be really nice. It'll be a nice thing to experience as well. So that kicks off the season, but I know you've got a wonderful full season program. Can you give us some highlights?
Well, in our second program, Winter, December, we are going to travel to Russia. Yes, music from Russia is wonderful. We are going to have Borodin's Second Symphony, Balakirev, Overture on Russian themes, Russian music. Yeah. Our third concert, this is Schumann. You know, Schumann is such an important composer, and we realized that for the past 2 or maybe 3 seasons, we haven't played anything from Schumann. So we said, no. So we are doing Symphony No. 1 by Schumann and his piano concerto by Schumann. So just Schumann music.
That's going to be exciting.
Oh, it is great, Schumann. Then we'll go to Dvorak, a favorite of our audience. For our next program, we do the Suite for winds, we do 2 Slavonic dances, and we stay in the Nordic places. We do Nielsen Symphony No. 1. And we conclude our concert with Schubert Symphony No. 5, our last concert, Schubert No. 5, and the students from the independent school districts will join us.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm always so glad that you guys include the students because it's an opportunity to play with a wonderful orchestra and sort of continue their education in that way.
Absolutely.
So this first concert, which is tied with the Peruvian Gold exhibit, is on Sunday, October 5th.
And that's correct.
In the afternoon?
That's correct, at 3:30. Our concerts are 3:30. When on the Sundays, they are 3:30, yes.
Right, wonderful. Thank you so much. We are excited about your season. It sounds delightful, and we are really looking forward to hearing that Peruvian music.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Back to you, Derek.
Halloween is a little over a month away, but the season for horror films gets underway with the genre-bending horror movie / dark comedy, The Guest. Susan says Downton Abbey fans are in for a whole different side of Matthew Crowley in this new horror flick.
Thanks for the drink.
You're welcome.
I don't want it though. You can have it.
Well, maybe you prefer this.
Director Adam Weingart and writer Simon Barrett have revitalized the horror genre with their exciting new thriller, The Guest. The Peterson family is suffering a great loss. The death of their son Caleb has set a somber tone in their household. When David shows up on their doorsteps claiming to be a close friend of Caleb's from the Army, it's almost as if they received a gift from God. David is viewed as the perfect guest. He is kind and helpful around the house. Even their youngest son, Luke, is impressed by the polished soldier when he puts his military fighting to use against some violent high school bullies. It seems that only the Petersons' daughter, Anna, senses something is off with her family's newfound house guest.
Good night.
Though David's arrival has broken the cloud of mourning that had descended in their Podunk, New Mexico home, a string of mysterious deaths occurred during his stay, and Anna starts to wonder if David could be responsible. Fans of Downton Abbey will be more than pleased with the surprising new side Dan Stevens shows in this sharp, jolting retro thriller. His charming good looks, accessorized with the all-American accent, are put to disturbing use. Audiences won't know whether to fear him or root for him. His character David is almost like a suave Jekyll and Hyde. The film also features strong performances from Micah Monroe and Brendan Meyer. Weingart and Barrett pay homage to the old-school slashers with their John Carpenter-influenced 1980s styling, from their music to their by-the-numbers outline that follows the usual rules of scary movies. Plus, they've added a few secret ingredients that spice up the predictable horror flick recipe. The guests may be welcoming audiences to a familiar plot, but there is enough gusto in this story to make for a surprisingly heck of a good time. The film is rated R for strong violence, language, and some sexuality. For About Towne, this is Susan Kamyab reporting.
I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't been here.
Really, Mrs. Peterson, it's no problem.
The Guest opens Friday, September 26th. Check your local listings for showtimes. And for more of Susan's reviews, visit thischicksflix.com.
Old School Review is the name of the music event that kicks off the Irving Black Arts Council's 2014-2015 season. Cynthia Wills and Ron Thomas join me now with the details. I am thrilled to see you guys. The minute I saw Old School Review, I thought something big is happening.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Well, tell us about it, Cynthia.
Irving Black Art Council, our opening season event, is old school music. I'm talking the Cleanup Woman and Stop in the Name of Love. I mean,
You're taking me way back, Cynthia.
I'm taking you.
Yeah.
Ron has an awesome review, live band, live singers, everything. It's great.
It sounds wonderful, Ron. So give us a little bit of information. You are CEO of 40 Plus Records, which automatically appeals to me, being that I'm 40 plus. I'm not saying how much plus, but yeah. But tell me about your company and what you're going to be playing for us that night.
Basically, what it is, Kathy, 40 plus years of music, it's a lot of treasure there. And a lot of the people are gone, but the music is still around. So we want to emphasize, we want to have the singers have a chance to participate, but the people in the audience don't really have a chance to go out and see these songs performed. You know, sometimes they can hear it on the radio, but that scenario has changed. So we're going to cover a lot of songs. And we're talking about Sam Cooke, Johnny Taylor, Bobby Womack. We're not forgetting about Charlie Pride, Willie Nelson, Brooke Benton, you know, Alicia Keys. So, you know, Shaka Khan, a lot of different people.
Okay, spanning a lot of eras, but music that really has, as you said, stood the test of time, because even though some of the singers, some of the artists might be gone, the music.
And we're starting it off with gospel.
Yes.
Which we all know that the songs that we're doing are derivatives of gospel music.
Yes. So a little history thrown in as well.
Oh, sure.
I love it. Well, Cynthia, tell me about your season, because I know that this is just the beginning of something that's going to be really wonderful this year.
Our season, well, you know, we have a theme, always a theme, art, a profound impact. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to impact the arts this season, starting with the old school music, and then we go to our film festival on December 6th. Now, that's going to be amateur filmmakers, 15 minutes or less short films. Doesn't matter about the category. We want them family friendly, of course, but it's going to be just an impact. It's all about impact this year.
That's wonderful.
We're working to make an impact.
So tell me of the details for this concert that we're kicking off this great season.
Okay, tell them the dates, Ron.
Well, we're going to start, it's going to be October 4th, starting at 7 to 9:30.
Okay.
And it is in the Dupree Theater, which is a beautiful place.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
So we want everybody to come out and be introduced again to it, and some of them be their first time.
All right, wonderful. So folks, that's going to be Saturday, October 4th. And we're going to kick off in the Dupree Theater. If you want to see this old school review, you need to get your tickets. Call 972-252-ARTS. Thank you so much. A pleasure to meet you, Ron. Cynthia, great to see you again.
Thank you.
And we will look forward to that concert. I'm wearing my dancing shoes.
Do that. All right. Do that. Thank you from
so appreciate
Angela, who is the president, Angela Thorpe Harris, and all of us at IBAC, we appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Back to you, Derek.
About 40 years ago, a group of Irving teens started the Silverleaf Band. They had a great following and performed throughout the region for almost 15 years. Well, in the time-honored tradition of reunion concerts, Silverleaf is back by popular demand. Kathy has more.
We've been gone so long, sure good to get back home.
They say home is where the heart is, and for the members of the Silverleaf Band and their fans, it was a homecoming 28 years in the making. Meet Calvin, Tim and Dallas, John and Danny. These guys were definitely where they wanted to be, with family, friends, and fans celebrating the reunion of the Silverleaf Band.
Originally, we were together for 14 years, played all over Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and we were known as the party band.
They all met as teenagers in and around Irving.
It's amazing how it all came together, because
Tim and I were playing at a church, like a youth thing.
And actually I played the tambourine and he played the guitar.
And Danny had a band called the Savages.
Danny was working with me at Minyards number 3.
And we got Danny that way.
I was going to church in Irving and met a guy by the name of Ricky Schultz, and we played football and softball together.
And then Calvin came along later through the fella he mentioned, and
I went over and played drums for him, and they asked me to stick around, and so I did.
We just started rocking and rolling.
It's obvious that they all love playing music, but Calvin credits a special fan for the idea to bring the band back.
Oh, the spark was my beautiful wife. Okay, she completes me. We had gotten married, been together for about 2 or 3 years, and she started talking about the band.
Calvin got a hold of me after we talked on the phone. He came to see my son play ice hockey, and we started talking about the old times and stuff.
We reminisced. He had a few pictures for us, so we looked at them.
And then Calvin called me a few days later, and I was on my way over to Dallas's house because Danny was over there. I wanted to see Danny. I haven't seen him in a long, long time.
He says, well, I'm headed over to Dallas's house. I went, oh, okay. And he said, and Danny's over there. And I went, oh, okay.
So Calvin showed up over there, and all 4 of us were there, and we played a CD of our music, and we had a real good time. We really did.
Before we left, I said, hey, I bought some electric drums. You want to come over and jam sometime? Come on. Well, about a week or 2 later, they called and said, can we come over? And I said, yeah, come on.
And Calvin said, well, let's just go to my house and rock and roll, and that's what we did, and it's just worked out wonderful.
And they came in and we jammed, and it was just magic. It was just, you know, like Danny said, it was just like we'd never been apart.
The newest member of the band was a fan from way, way back.
I was taking him to practice when he was in diapers.
Technically, yes, I'll claim him. He's my Uncle Dallas, and he's a rhythm guitar player in the band.
That's my nephew. I usually say that's my worthless nephew, but
when I was a small little guy, I used to come and watch him play all the time.
John is an amazing guitar player, and he picked it up at 14.
I go to practices and stuff, and I wanted to learn how to play guitar. So I thought, you know, how do you do that, you know? And he said, I'm gonna show you 2 chords, and that's it. And the rest of it, you better watch TV or you better find somebody to watch.
And we've been playing together ever since. So I taught him everything he knows, of course.
John has been with the band since the big reunion, and based on the crowd response, Silverleaf won't stop playing anytime soon.
Seeing all those people from so long ago was the best part.
Like the other guys said, it's a family, and when you haven't seen anybody in 30 years, you know, it brings tears to your eyes.
But the biggest incentive for staying together is even more than the music.
Just stay brothers. If the music sells or goes somewhere, that's fringe on the cake, you know. Just as long as these guys are my friends, that's all I care about.
This is Kathy Whiteman reporting.
To learn more about the Silverleaf Band, follow them on Facebook or visit silverleafband.com.
The Entertainment Series of Irving kicks off their season with sounds from Havana and sights from a lot of different places, and we'll find about that now with Jorge Fernandez. Thank you so much for being here today, Jorge.
Thank you, Kat.
I am tickled to find out that the Entertainment Series of Irving sort of found you on the doorstep of the Mustang Museum. You'll have to tell me how that all came about.
Yes, no, it's a great opportunity for me. About 2 years ago, I moved to Dallas and Irving specifically to work here in Irving. And when I was doing my research about Irving, Texas, I had never been here before, by the way. Probably one of the first things that come up when you Google Irving is the Mustangs, right?
Mary Higbee, I'm sure, loves that. Yes.
Yes. It's an iconic, it's a landmark, if you will, of Irving. And so for about 2 or 3 months, I was wondering, so where are these Mustangs? Where are the famous horses, right? So a friend of mine told me they're in O'Connor by the big building. And I drove by and I saw this beautiful statue of the horses, and I thought it was very impressive, very beautiful. So then I learned that there is a museum which celebrates the life and work of the artists who created the statues. And so I went to the museum one day. That's where I met Mary. And I was talking to her. I told her that I was born in Cuba, that I lived in Venezuela, in Puerto Rico. Told her about my life and my interest, and very especially with my art. And she said, you know, we're going to have a group of Cuban musicians in October. It will be a great opportunity for you to show your art, your work there at the show. Would you like to have a small exhibit? And I said, of course. It's the perfect excuse since I'm looking for a place to show my work, and here I am.
I think that it's absolutely wonderful. I don't know that we can really do any justice to your work showing on a note card, but it's really gorgeous landscapes I'm looking at, and beautiful colors. And although those places that you're showing are not Havana, which is where the group Habaneros is from, you sort of got a little evocative because of all of the color and the richness and such, and so that's kind of nice.
Yes. A lot of my work represents my interest, right? I've been lucky enough to travel a lot. I've lived in different countries, in Cuba, of course, in Venezuela, in Puerto Rico. I've traveled all over Europe, and that's what my work represents, the different places that I've been to. There will be a raffle for one of my pieces of a landscape in Cuba. I decided to donate that to the Irving Entertainment Series so they can raffle that and get some money for their cause, and they'll be donating that, and that is a landscape from Cuba.
That's wonderful and very exciting. So the evening will be your beautiful artwork and the beautiful music of the Habaneros. That will be Monday, October 6th. The concert starts at 6:30, but around 6 o'clock, if you come, you might even get a chance to meet the artists. So,
absolutely.
Jorge, thank you so much for being here. I'm very excited about this sort of dual opportunity to see and hear Havana right here in Irving, Texas.
Yes, me too. It's my first show in Texas, and I'm very, very happy for this great opportunity.
Well, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And here are some other exciting events happening about town. The 23rd Annual Trash Bash, sponsored by Keep Irving Beautiful, is Saturday, September 27th from 9 a.m. until noon at the T.W. Richardson Grove Park. Call 972-721-2175 for more information. And the Big Read 2014 kicks off with Harper's Bazaar at the Jackie Townsville Bear Creek Heritage Center. The fun starts Saturday, September 27th at 1 p.m. and continues throughout the month with a variety of activities themed around this year's book, To Kill a Mockingbird. To see the full schedule of events, visit cityofirving.org/library and navigate to the Big Read.
Irving's teen musicians will compete for the title of Best Band in Irving at the 2014 Battle of the Bands. It all heats up Saturday, September 27th at 6 p.m. at Lively Point Youth Center. Call 972-721-8090 for more information. And the National Geographic exhibit, Peruvian Gold, Ancient Treasures Unearthed. That opens Saturday, October 4th at the Irving Arts Center. Call 972-252-ARTS for ticket information. And that wraps up this edition for About Town. Thank you for joining us.
Please be sure to tune in next time for highlights from the Irving Main Street event.
And we'll also attend the Cool October concert and kick off at the Four Seasons.
We'll leave you tonight with local jazz favorite Fingerprints in performance at the Irving Main Street event. For About Town, I'm Kathy Whiteman.
And I'm Derek Thompson. Have a great evening.